Hi guys, I've got everything all kind of cleaned up and I've got the Essentials Classic reset. So everything in here is sort of everything I'm familiar with. We're going to be working today using the Appearance panel and the Graphic Styles panel. These are awesome. I love the Appearance panel, and the Graphic Styles panel is just going to save you a ton of time. So as I pull it out, because we're going to be using it because we're focusing on it, I'm going to pull that guy over there. There's the Appearance panel. Here's the Graphic Styles panel. A little bit like paragraph styles or character styles, if you've ever dealt with that in Microsoft Word or anything like that, for you guys who've been in there. But I'm going to start simple. Okay, I'm going to make a box. Box has no stroke and no fill. I can give it a stroke or give it a fill up here. I can do it up here, and I think I will. I think I'll make it green, and I think I'm going to start off with, I don't know, there's so many, let's make it a gradient, okay? And if you look at this, if I come in here and actually zoom in, you can't really see that gradient, right? Because it is a very skinny little stroke. I can come up here and make it a big stroke if I have it selected, like that. And I can mess with that stroke all up here, which is great and fine. But the best thing in the world, I can even transform it here and do all that kind of stuff, which is fun. I invite you to play with it. But this is what we're focusing on here. So what I've got is I've got a green box with a gradient stroke. The Appearance panel allows you, it's like one-stop shopping. It's a supermarket for all the effects you can do. You've got a stroke. You might want to make another one. If this stroke is, let's make it interesting. Let's make it like 10 points. Okay. I can make another stroke. See this down here? And it's going to essentially copy what's in there. But I'm going to drag it on top because it acts just like layers. And I'm going to change that. I think I'm going to change it. Let's change it to another gradient. Yeah. But this stroke, I'm going to make it skinnier. See how it applies? And it's a stroke it's blue and then it fades. So, and it goes from blue to transparent. We can probably go in there and edit that, but not right in here and not right now. I don't want to get into that because I'll have to mess around with it a lot. But so now we've got two strokes on here. Now, the problem is one is right in the middle of the other, but you have all kinds of choices with this. If you click on the stroke, you can see that it's in the center of the stroke itself. But if I want that blue to be on the outside, I'm going to click like that and push it on the outside. If I want it on the inside, I push it like that, push it on the inside. If I want it to be a dashed line, I can do that, but I think that's super ugly, so I'm not going to do that. If it was a regular line, I could put an arrowhead on it. And maybe I want it a little thicker. Okay, so it fills the inside. So we've got two strokes here. Okay, we can do the exact same thing with a fill. Okay, we can come on down here and we can fill a fill. And we can make that fill something interesting. How about a pattern like that? And of course you can't see it because there's a fill on top, right? You got this fill and you got this fill. This fill, the one on top, I can change. I can either reduce the opacity so you can see what's going on, or I can mess with the blending, darken, multiply, and color burn, blend the dark into the light, whereas lighten and screen and color dodge mess with the light that's on the top fill with what's underneath it. Overlay and soft light, this should seem very familiar to you guys because we use it when we sharpen photos in Photoshop. Very similar. Hard light didn't go well at all. Because remember, you're not dealing with pixels, you are dealing with vectors. So it does have a different kind of effect. But difference can be kind of fun. These are a lot of things to play with. Okay, all of these options that allow you to create amazing things, amazing patterns, amazing shapes. You got something with clothing, you got backgrounds, you've got mountains, all of these things that you can use this stuff for. And now this is a blast. Okay, so we have got our box, and let's say we like this, and we're going to use this for I don't know, a logo, a bottle, a pattern that we want to throw on, mountains, somebody's gingham dress. We want to save this whole effect. We really, really like this. So what we can do is come on down to graphic styles, which is right here, and we can click new. Look at there. It is saved. And now, if I come on over here and I grab, let's go grab the ellipse. Which is L, right? I'm always forgetting. And it did put on the attributes that are already in here. But now I can come on over here. Actually, I can just change it right here if I want to, just so you can see how different this is. Okay, I can come on over and click on this, and it instantly gives it all the attributes that this guy up here has. Does that make sense, boys and girls? Okay, and I forgot. I need to turn this on so you have my sexy little, you can see my thingy there. Okay, so another thing you can do, which is a whole lot of fun, are effects. Okay, and granted you have an entire window up here of effects, and you can come on up here and do all sorts of stuff, but the best place to do it, guys, is right down here. Right here where it says FX. Got it? FX. Okay, and you can come on down here. All of these effects itself are Photoshop effects. They're more like, they treat them more like pixels. It's what they call a rasterized effect. And once it's in there, you can't really do a lot to it as far as editing. I invite you to play with this. We will play with this more in the future. But right now, what I want to show you is a distort and transform because it's fun. Okay, and anytime you put on an object, you put an effect, it will go on the entire object. So I'm going to come on over and grab roughen just to give you an example of this. Okay, and I've got roughen, and I'm going to preview. Play a little bit. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty cool. And what has happened is that when I created it, it came all the way to the top, and it's affecting everything underneath it. So it has affected both of the strokes plus the shape underneath, so that the shape underneath fits within those strokes. Now watch this. If you grab the roughen layer and you drag it down under that stroke, it only affects that stroke. Okay, now if you take it and drag it under the next stroke, only affects that stroke. If you take it and drag it under the green, boom, now it's only roughening the green part. And if you drag, you guys can figure out what it does now. Roughen is it in that film? It must be. No, there you go. Now it's roughening up just the pattern, the inside pattern. Yeah, and you can tell because when you scroll it down, there's the roughen. Okay, and then obviously, I guess if you put it underneath everything, it seems to be applying to everything, but it applies to everything independently. Okay, because you can see that everything is roughened at a different rate when it's completely underneath. I didn't know this. I'm figuring this out right now. But if we drag it all the way to the top again, that's a huge difference. Well, that's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm going to drag it all the way underneath everything, like that. Okay? And I think I'm going to change this guy. I think I'm just going to change it to purple, because I like purple. And now I am going to make this a graphic style. Okay? Now, if I want to compare these guys, I can click this, and that's what that one looks like. And I can compare it with this. And I can do the same thing down here. And when I do, you can see it. All the attributes come up. See how it changes? How it changes? Now you can go in there and modify and make another graphic style. And like I said, you can take that. You saw it took us about 5 minutes to figure out what we liked. Now we can go on in here and don't have to screw around with it. It's right in there. Boom. Touch of a button. Fun, huh?